until it disappears, and I'm sure that he must have fantastic eyesight.
Well, you know, I heard you say that someone's catching 4 a minute. And if someone's catching 4 a minute, you know, that'll reason, you know, even if they're that big, to complete with the distance I'm going out, I've got to catch fish a pound a piece each time.
Kenny Giles, international angler, fishes for Birmingham. He caught the heaviest weight of fish in the English team at the recent international match. Nice fat roach there. That would have hooked very quickly into the net in the twinkling of an eye.
Is that typical of the fish you've been catching?
Oh, no. A lot smaller than that.
Was it peg 20? Now we're just after the halfway stage in the competition, and word has come that at peg 5, Tony Rees of Worksop, and he's fished a Goodenby before, don't forget that Tony Rees hasn't stopped catching fish since the competition first started. Someone has averaged it out that he's had a fish at least every 75 seconds. So here's a peg to remember when we get the final results. Tony's float fishing, and I'm sure he must be doing some of the longest casts of the match because he's fishing the far bank. That's to say is that when his float hits the water, it lands about 2 feet, proving effective in his case. Can you quickly tell me what tackle you're using?
Yeah, 14.
14 hook.
Yeah.
How many
2 maggot.
Sorry?
2 maggot.
4 pound rate is in line?
2.5.
2.5. Fine tackle?
Yeah.
And how are your roach coming? Are they good size?
I average at about 8-10 ounces.
Well, that can't be bad. The locals are a little bit puzzled by the fact that the mad Englishmen come all the way to Denmark for the roach, because Danish people are only interested in trout and pike and salmon. At peg 79, Steve Fitzpatrick. He won the Northwest Regional Final. He comes from Greenall Whitley, fishes for Greenall Whitley, comes from Manchester, and the word has got round that at this late stage in the match, he's been into a shoal of bream. With 5 minutes to go, he's desperately trying to get 1 or 2 more. That fish there was a roach. Anything counts, of course, but bream are his target. There's a lot in his net, and later we'll see them. Oh, yes. And Steve has got a lovely bream in the dying seconds of the match. A beauty. very carefully unhooks it. And puts it in the keep net to join the others that he caught earlier on. 6. Johnny Toulson, who fishes for Birmingham and England, uses a catapult to get his feeder maggots out to the roach way out in his 30-yard distance swim. And he's doing pretty well, but these fish are taking a long time to bring in because of the sheer distance between where he stands and where they're feeding. And time is of the essence in a competition like this. And suddenly, Kenny's changes tactics because the waterway he's fishing is 15 feet deep. And so he must be the only man in the whole match to take his float off and use ledger tackle. And already it's paid off with one fish within 1 minute of changing tackle, so it can't be bad. Peg 18, where Chris Love of Tonkers is fishing, must be the most convenient swim in the whole of the championship length. Incidentally, Chris is not using ground bait. He just didn't bring any because the regulations, the flying regulations, wouldn't allow him to. So he simply brought 1 gallon of maggots with him, and he's using some for ground bait and some for the hook. And it's certainly... And that's it. It's all over. Now, the weighing in of 80 separate catches. And now we can see what Tony Reese at Peg 5 has caught. My goodness, he's got a lot there. He needs someone to give him a hand. Look at that. Look at the enormous amount he's caught in just 5 hours. A lovely mixture of roach, and I can see a couple of big fat bream there too. And he's got so many fish there, he's going to need 1 or 2, maybe 3 weighings. Bream first. Yes, he's looking after the bream first. He wants to get them weighed and then return safely to the water as quickly as possible, because although the bream are bigger than roach, they're not quite so hardy when it comes to staying out of the water for some time. Aren't they beauties? He looks quietly satisfied there. Adding up the weights. Safely back to the water. Yeah, some of those fish look a bit dazed, but it won't be long before they recover.
Get one, Phil. Get down, Barry.
Now this looks like the top bag of fish so far, and it was caught by 30-year-old Baddy Wilson of Staining in Sussex. He used a 3-pound line, a 14 hook and 4 maggots. We had a tip that Peg 72 was a good one, and here's a catch that looks as though it was caught by a trawler. Barry, you're tired, lad.
Me? Yeah, just about.
Did your peg start fishing well from the start?
About a quarter of an hour for the first one.
And then it would all go, was it?
Then yeah, steadily all the way through.
I know.
One out.
25 pounds, 1 ounce. Total?
50 pounds, 3 ounces.
50 pounds, 3 ounces. Top weight at this end of the competition. And another hot contender for first place, because no one is short at this stage, is 22-year-old Les Bromelo from St Helens on the Peg 71. He seems to have got a catch that consists mostly of roach. Second weighing looks almost as big as the first, but let's see.
20 pounds, 29 pounds, 2 ounces. Total weight 51 pounds and half an ounce.
The top weight so far on this section. Harry Lodge of Wakefield from peg 67. Again, these fish all fell to maggots on a small hook, float fish.
30 pounds and 1 ounce. Might have a half a minute.
First weighing 30 pounds 1 ounce. Can we see this big bream? It's a beauty. It must be the biggest bream of the match.
Let's keep the weight till the weight's finished.
Look at that.
Just to be down here, Harry. I'll
The size of a dinner plate. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Beautiful. That's £7 odd,
Yes.
Anyway,
He's over 7. £7 fine.
£7.
Can we just have one more picture before we put it back on? You don't mind the water. Just before you're going to put it. Just hold it up while it's taking the picture away. Hold it like that. That's lovely.
There's a real portrait of a happy angler. And now in the gathering gloom down at the other end of the river at peg 18, Chris Love of London's Tonkers. Remember we saw him fishing at the end of that convenient jetty? Well, he's now grappling with a massive net full of fish. Chris prepared for this match by getting in 16 hours of sleep. Now the light is fading, and so the stewards check the scale readings with extreme care. It's surely the biggest catch we've seen so far, but whether it's good enough to win, we'll find that out at the presentation.
£2,000 to Mr. Chris Love with a weight of £71 14 ounces.
And it was good enough. And so Chris Love makes his way through the crowd to collect the Winners' Cup, a cheque for £2,000 and the title of Woodbine champion for 1973.
Thank you very much. In second position, ladies and gentlemen, with a cheque for £500, Mr. Ori Patrick with a weight of £69 2 ounces.
Roger Patrick was tucked away out of sight at peg 46. His catch was almost as good as the winner's, and so he collects a runners-up cheque for £500.
And in third position with a cheque for £300, Mr. J.R. Toulson with a weight of £62 3.5 ounces.
Johnny Toulson from Worksop. Remember we saw him at peg 26 using a catapult to get the bait out to his swim? Well, his perseverance earned him £300 and third place in the Woodbine Challenge 1973.
Congratulations.
And you fished very well indeed, mate, and sincerely, our congratulations.
Thanks very much.